The 1992 Ford F-150 is a tank, and like most old workhorses, it develops quirks. One classic headache? EGR valve issues. The exhaust gas recirculation system was meant to help smog numbers, but when it goes bad, the symptoms can feel like a cascade of annoyances. You hit the gas, and nothing. Slow, hesitant acceleration, like the truck is calculating whether it's even worth moving. That's a real sign your EGR valve might be sticking open. It's incredibly common and accounts for a ton of lost time and headaches. A rough idle is almost a rite of passage for these trucks. You park, the engine shivers and coughs for attention, and you instantly wonder if your neighbor will come over with car sage advice you can't use. EGR valve clogging is a top culprit, and once it's gunked up, you'll feel every shudder. Another classic symptom is stalling, usually when you least want it. I'm talking about rolling to a stop at an intersection and the engine just dies. On these F-150s, a stuck EGR valve can defeat your idle, forcing the engine to gasp for air and give up. Let's talk check engine lights. In the F-150, a malfunctioning EGR will almost always trigger that little orange icon. Codes like 332 or 335 specifically point to EGR flow problems, and ignoring them is like playing Russian roulette with your commute. You'll also notice a drop in fuel economy, sometimes brutal, like 10% or more. When the EGR valve gets stuck, the engine can run rich, burning extra fuel and leaving you at the pump, squinting at your bank account. Pro tip, monitor your miles per tank. Some folks complain about engine knocking, those little pings and rattles on acceleration. This detonation can mean the EGR valve isn't cooling the combustion chamber with recirculated gases. If left unchecked, you could face bigger engine problems, and no one wants that bill. There's also the sneaky symptom, increased emissions. That's not something you feel driving, but if you live in a place like Portland or California, you'll suddenly fail smog checks. Old F-150s with bad EGR valves pump out way more NOx, which is a fast way to get your registration suspended. Smelling raw fuel is another sign. If your garage smells like you spilled a gas can every morning, your EGR valve could be stuck shut, letting unburnt hydrocarbons pass through. It's not just annoying, it's less safe for the environment and can ruin your mood before coffee. If you want to check the EGR valve yourself, here's the quick way. With the engine idling, pull the vacuum hose off the EGR. If the idle smooths out, that means the valve is likely stuck open. Basic, yes, but it works for 90% of driveway repairs. Pulled codes and still not sure? Remove the valve and look for carbon buildup. Sometimes it looks like someone stuffed a charcoal briquette in there. Cleaning it, or replacing it for around $80, can instantly restore smoothness and save hundreds in fuel over a year. Pro tip for avoiding EGR headaches. Use quality fuel and consider an intake cleaning once a year. A little prevention saves you hours under the hood. If you're feeling adventurous, a $15 vacuum pump is a game changer for quick driveway diagnostics. Don't let a cranky EGR valve ruin your love affair with your 92 F-150. Once diagnosed, fixing the problem unlocks better performance, smoother idling, and a truck that's happy to haul even 30 years on. As a fellow car guy, trust me, worth every minute.